Hey everyone, this is Rob.
Hey, Michelle.
And welcome to Bunebape, your weekly podcast on everything you need to know about old school RuneScape. Alright, so this week up on the docket we have, funny enough,
one.
I know, right? Funny enough, we have our account progress as usual, but we also have the account security blog again.
Oh, there's updates?
Version 2.
Okay.
So this is the more official blog. The last one kind of was just letting us know that this was happening, but now it's actually happening. So we'll be able to take a look at that in much more depth and detail this time around.
Dope.
Then we'll be moving on to Guardians of the Rift changes. So of course, anytime there's a big change or definitely any new introductions to the game, such as a new minigame, there's going to be a lot of changes, a lot of stuff going on, and that's exactly what's happening this time around again as well. So there's a bunch of stuff that's changed since then, and also even leading up to the actual update for this week where there was even more changes and much more official changes, and they've talked about even having more changes in the future, but we'll talk about that whenever we get to it.
A lot's happening.
A lot is happening revolving around Guardians of the Rift.
Okay.
And to top everything off, we'll be finishing with a little bit of a Q&A. But, of course, as always, before we get into any of that, Michelle, how's it going?
Hecka good.
Hey, yeah?
Yeah.
You feel good about that?
I feel really good about it.
All right. Well, tell us why.
Because I love the Runecrafting minigame.
Oh, yeah.
I still have not gotten the needle. I still not gotten the
Imagine.
lantern. Still not gotten the pet. But I got enough pearls to buy the hat yesterday, so that was cool.
Nice.
Yeah,
And
Rise
then
was in my stream though.
You got a refund, right?
I believe so. I haven't gone to my account yet today.
Oh, okay, yeah. We'll talk about the refund. Refund.
Refund.
Refund. We'll talk about that whenever we get to the update. But yeah, if you bought any pieces, the prices were reduced a little bit, so you should get a refund, like Michelle will be, and it should go to your bank or drop on the ground.
Perfect. But yeah, so I got the hat. I'm probably like 250 rewards pulled at this point, I think.
Oh yeah.
Something like that. And I've gotten 4 catalytic talismans and 2 elemental talismans. It was actually kind of annoying because I've been doing like every 50 I pull rewards now. And last night I pulled 50 and I got 3 catalytic and 1 elemental that entire pull. And I was like, please just give me the needle or the lantern. Please, please, please.
I thought all you wanted was 50 like catalytic or elemental talismans.
I'm never going to go back to normal runecrafting now that this mini game's here.
Yeah, I could see
And there's
that.
no point for me.
Well, I mean, if you want money.
Yeah, I mean, I feel like I'll still just rather do the blood portal in the minigame, but I don't know.
Yeah, it just
I
seems
have
like
enough
you're.
bloods.
It seems like you're really liking the minigame. So.
I love the minigame. But yeah, I really want to get the full outfit and get those other things. I'd rather get like the pouch and the lantern first because I feel like that'll really speed up the outfit grind.
Yeah, but I mean,
I don't know how long I'll stay here after I get everything though, because I think it's just fun. And I don't know what else to do. I mean, I'm still doing Slayer. I did a little bit of Slayer the other day. I haven't gotten any more totem pieces or totem drops, so I can't go back to Skatizo yet. I'm still a little bit working on that, but definitely more working on the minigame.
What's the next helm that you were thinking about getting?
Skatizo and the Abyssal Demon Head.
Oh, yeah.
Yeah.
Have you thought about actually going to the boss or no?
Not for the time being. I wouldn't want to go and do that until like after I have the Skatizo pet even.
Yeah.
I'd rather just stay in Kourend. Try to get totem pieces.
Yeah, I guess that makes sense. Also, the boss is, from what I understand, not very profitable or anything like that. So you'd really only go there if you wanted like the pet or something like that.
Yeah, I would not say no to the pet, obviously, but I'd rather stay here for now. And also, I heard that's not even that likely to get from the boss, like the head.
Yeah,
like,
well, I
it's
mean,
still
it's
kinda unique.
much more likely than a 1 out of 6,000.
Yeah, but it's not as common as like the Calphi Queen and Alchemical Hydra.
No, yeah, of course.
So,
luckily, the boss I think is pretty, like a pretty fast boss.
I don't know if I've even been to it.
No, you definitely have it.
Yeah.
Yeah, because I think in order to get there, you usually use like fairy rings. So unless you like use the Abyssal Sire fairy ring teleport,
You haven't used that for
some
clue
reason,
scrolls.
yeah, it's like I don't think you've ever fought him.
The first time I went to that area for a clue scroll, I was like, where am I?
Yeah.
It looks gnarly. But yeah, that's pretty much it. I've basically just been doing the minigame only and working on little side things for videos in the future. We actually put out a video of us doing.
Oh, yeah, we did a little bit of an opening, huh?
We did a little bit of a loot opening. It was like the most scuffed video ever
Yeah.
because it was getting 100 rewards for each of us, but we forgot to switch the recording to be Robert's screen, so he's pulling those rewards and it's my character just sitting there doing nothing.
Yeah. So that was, I mean, it was unfortunate, but it was also pretty funny.
It was pretty
so.
funny.
But either way, I think that was pretty fun. We made more money than I thought because we ended up getting around 10,000 gold per reward pool.
Yeah, we basically got like a mill,
Yeah,
which is nice.
we basically each got a mil, and then I got like 4 uniques, and then you got one. You got the book.
I don't even think the book should count as unique.
I know.
Forgot about that.
It's still technically unique, but
yeah, but
I was really unlucky.
Yeah. Oh, I also ended up getting the tarnished necklace. So I was able to get the necklace of the eye now. So that's cool too. I have a little bit of fashionscape going on.
Oh, that's cool. Yeah.
But yeah, we also started another sponsorship this week with Raid Shadow Legend. So if any of you guys want to get in on that, we have like a link on twitch.tv/Bunebape that you can go and play. We're just can have up to 20 people get to level 12.
Yeah, so you just play the game for like 30 minutes and you'll get it.
Yeah. Or even faster. Alfresco got in like 5 minutes, it felt like.
Definitely not 5 minutes.
It felt fast.
Yeah.
But yeah, I'm surprised because I feel like a lot of people like badmouth this game. It's not that bad.
No,
It's actually pretty fun.
it's I mean, it's definitely fun, especially for like the first day. It's really fun.
That's like every mobile game.
No, I mean, yeah, most games. I mean, obviously like the honeymoon phase for a lot of games.
Yeah, I had to play it for 2 hours on stream, and I quite liked it. So that was cool. We already have 5 people. It's like every 5 increments we get paid, basically. So maybe we'll get to 10, maybe we'll get to 20. Who knows? But we got at least 5, which was the main goal for this.
Yeah, 20
for the
would be kind of
sponsorship.
crazy.
20 would be crazy, but maybe. Who knows? I think that's like probably about it for me. Is that all I've been doing?
I don't know. You tell me.
Shoot. I think that's about it. How have you been?
All right. Yeah, I guess I kind of did a lot this week though. Yeah, I actually ended up doing a bunch of the minigame as well on my main, and of course we made that guide.
Oh yeah, you made
how
the
to do it.
guide.
Yeah, which is funny because I've like done a few different strategies for the minigame. For anyone that doesn't know, I mean, you want to get like the most amount of points in elemental and catalytic, so that because you need 1 point in each in order to get the rewards. So, or I try to do it so that they're fairly even. And some people are saying that my original strategy, which was to stay and mine and get a bunch of the essence in order to in order to actually get more points, and I would stay there for like longer. And some people
Stay
are
there
saying
until the first portal opened is what you would do.
yeah, I'll stay there until the first portal opened, and that's the what I did in the video, and that's what had been working for me. And I would get anywhere between like 500 to 700 points, just on average. And which is funny because a lot of people were saying that, I don't know if it's because of my current bag setup or what, like maybe this is a more fluid way to do it if you have the huge or gigantic pouch unlocked.
Yeah.
Which I currently don't. I'm only 73. But a lot of people were saying to mine essence until you get to 150. And then you go and do an entire run of crafting and then going to the altar and then turning in your essence. And then by the time that happens, then you can go to the first portal, and that'll give you kind of like a head start.
Yeah.
But whenever I do that, I don't know. Like, one, I know for sure I haven't gotten the like the timings correct, because I still run into issues where I'm either too late or too early on certain waves.
Yeah, I do that like every single round.
Which sucks because with this strategy, it seems like if you like mess up and are too late or too early, then you either miss the portal or you like craft too many before the portal's up. And that makes it so both situations you run out of essence early.
Yeah.
And you have to go mine more, which makes it less efficient immediately than the other one.
So for you, the best method is mining until the first portal shows up.
Well, I mean, I'm still trying the one where you mine 150, because I mean, I don't know. People say it's like way better, and like I said, I think it might be better and have better timings. whenever I do unlock the large pouch, which should be in just a couple levels.
Mm-hmm.
But as it stands now, yeah, it's just a bit more difficult for me, and I don't know, either I'm messing it up or something's happening because I don't really get it. But
I mean, honestly, like I was getting like 6 to 7 points the first way that you did, like mining until the portal opens.
yeah,
And then I started like getting slower, and I think it's because I'm not used to having the giant pouch or whatever, the second to biggest pouch.
yeah,
And now the
pouch.
150 strategy is working for me, but I don't think that that's like a definite thing. Like it works better for everyone. I think that I just ended up slowing down the method that I was doing originally.
Yeah, I'm still not sure. I'm still figuring it out because I mean it's only been out for like barely a week at this point.
Yeah.
But yeah,
There's probably methods we haven't even thought of yet.
yeah, it still just feels so weird because like when I do bad, doing like the method that I made the video on is like kind of brain dead. You just farm until first portal, and then you'll have like more than enough resources to do everything. And
Yeah.
like at minimum, you'll get like 400, and that's like barely paying attention.
It's honestly is a lot less paying attention than the other method because you just AFK for like 2.5 minutes at the beginning.
Yeah.
So if you want to be more AFK, which you can't be completely AFK in this minigame,
Definitely not.
that's a better way to do it.
Yeah, definitely. I don't know. Maybe it's just takes some getting used to. But either way, I'm still gonna be working on that. And I did the video for that, and then we did the rewards video, which I thought, even though it was kind of scuffed, went pretty well either
That's
way.
very funny. You got some pretty cool stuff. Do you want to tell everyone what you got?
Yeah, so I ended up getting I actually got every unique except for the lantern and the pet. So
Rude of you to word it like that.
well, I mean it's yeah, so I ended up getting the needle pretty fast, and then I actually didn't even realize, but I got the elemental talisman.
And the catalytic.
Yeah, I noticed that I got the catalytic, but I didn't even notice I had the talisman or the elemental until like I was looking in my inventory afterwards.
And you were like, wait.
Yeah, so that was kind of funny.
The video is actually hilarious because in it, we're able to just go, oh no, whenever we realized we didn't switch screens.
Yeah, it was pretty tragic, honestly. But either way, I thought that video went pretty well, and I thought that was kind of funny.
It.
And I'm in the progress of doing another loot video from that, which is kind of funny because based on today's patch notes, I actually kind of have to change up and might have to actually like redo the intro of it so that it makes more sense.
It might be done sooner rather than later now too.
Yeah, no, it definitely will, but that's pretty funny.
Do you want to tell them what that video is, or you want to wait?
I'll wait. Just if you see a video based on like loot and rewards from the minigame, then that's probably the one that I was talking about.
What about your other big video that you made?
Oh, the other big video. So like it's funny because I made like kind of like a meme video. I don't even know if it's a meme video, but it was funny, and I like randomly thought of the idea and like was laughing to myself, and so I made it.
And I was like doing stuff. I didn't realize he was making a video, and he kept like laughing, talking to himself. And I was like, what are you doing? Why do you keep talking to yourself and giggling?
Yeah, it's funny because I guess it is kind of RuneScape related because it's, like Knights of the Round Table and
like Merlin and stuff.
Yeah, and King Arthur is in the game, so that's kind of funny. But essentially, there's this free to play game on Steam, and let me get the name of it real quick. It's called like Pull the Sword Out of the Rock or something.
What a name too.
And so the name for the game, I actually pulled it up on Steam for anyone that wants to play it. Like I said, it's free. You might have some fun playing it, but honestly, there's not too much to it. But it's called The One Who Pulls Out the Sword Will Be Crowned King.
Actually, the longest name for a
that
game
is
ever.
The whole name for it. And essentially, it's just the old myth of King Arthur pulls the sword out of the rock, and that's how he becomes king. And it's kind of a funny game where you just like continually pull the sword out of this rock, and the sword like is like infinitely long or something like that.
It's so weird.
Very, very long. And if you let go of it, then the sword goes back into the rock and you have to start over again. But I don't know why, but while I was playing that, I played it like a couple times, and that was more than enough. to say the least.
And he made a video on it because he enjoyed it so much.
Yeah, and I was like, wow, this is the weirdest game. And so I thought I just like had a funny random idea, and so I made a video about it. I thought it was funny.
I thought it was funny. I was laughing while I was watching the video.
Yeah. But
we have one dislike on it.
No, yeah, for sure. feel free to go check that out. I thought it
They're
was
like,
funny.
this isn't a good guide on how to get this sword out of the rock.
Apparently not. But yeah, either way, that's what I've been up to. I actually downloaded and have been playing like a few other games randomly
Oh.
where someone on the stream was talking about Battlefield 4 like a couple weeks ago.
Shout out Ninja, right?
Yeah, shout out Ninja. And that reminded me that I also played that game like not too long ago. Even though that game is like really old at this point, it's like 10 plus years, or no, I don't know if it's 10 plus years, but it's pretty old.
A few years.
Yeah, it's definitely pretty old at this point. I don't think it's 10. I think it's probably like closer to 6.
Okay.
But either way, it's still probably my favorite, more recent Battlefield. Maybe Battlefield 3 would be more fun, but definitely not the newest one. So
I was gonna say, wasn't it like no one like 5?
yeah. No, 5 is good, but the newest one, which is it's not linear, so there's not 3,
like,
4, 5. Like the
it's
newest
not
one
6?
is 2042.
They've done 2041 more.
Yeah, exactly. No, yeah. So the newest one is 2042, and everyone thought it was awful, which is nice. I actually dodged a bullet. I was gonna pre-order that game. Thank God I didn't, because it's $60.
I mean, some people are haters too, so you have to keep that in mind.
It's
actually genuinely bad.
yeah, like the
Love
reviews
that.
on Steam of it are like really, really bad.
That's hilarious.
But either way, so I've been playing a bit of Battlefield 4, which is like kind of weird still playing that like in this day and age, but it's still pretty fun to pick up and every once in a while and play.
Yeah.
But besides that, I've also been playing, I downloaded another game, like a lot of shooter games. I've been like having the shooter bug, so I just downloaded a bunch of shooter games, including The Cycle, which I haven't played yet, which is like Escape from Tarkov, and Warframe, because someone else, was it also Ninja that talked about Warframe?
I feel like it might have been someone else.
I think it might have been
I don't
someone
want to
else.
say in case I'm wrong.
Yeah, I think someone else might have mentioned it, but I
Yes.
used to play Warframe a lot. I have like nearly 2,000 hours in the game.
Really?
Yeah, and so I picked that up and was playing it again recently. The game is always really fun, and it's
Nice.
also free to play, so that's pretty cool. But
So you've been playing all the games.
yeah, I've been playing all the games, and while I was doing all that, I was playing the mini game in RuneScape, and I revived my alt account.
Oh yeah, how's that going?
Yeah, so that for anyone that doesn't know, I made like an account specifically to go kill Firewatch Sentinels as like a moneymaker.
The account never made it to
And
Firewatch Sentinels.
I got all the way up to Sins of the Father, which is of course what you need for Firewatch Sentinels. Well, I need to do the 2 quest preceding Sins and then Sins itself, and then I'll have it done.
Yeah.
But I got all the Slayer, all the crafting, herb lore. I'm like almost 900 total level, and I'm like, I don't know, like 80 or 90, or I think I'm like 80 combat or something on the account.
Okay.
And so I like did a bunch of work for it, and I got all the way to the point where I'm pretty much there in order to kill the boss. I forgot his name, but I just what happened? Oh, right at the
Leagues
end of
come
that, Leagues and GIM came out.
Oh, GIM first in Leagues, yeah.
And so I was playing GIM pretty hardcore, and then that rolled right into Leagues, and by then the what's it called? But whenever I was playing my GIM, my members eventually fell off of my alt, and so I was like, oh, I don't want to go back and play.
Yeah,
them.
exactly.
And then Leagues came around, and I definitely didn't want to go back and play it. But now it's come around where I kind of want more money, and also I'm like doing more AFK stuff on my main account right now, so I have like more like time to do stuff on an alt account.
Yeah.
And also I've been wanting to like bump up our like free bond giveaways to like 2 every week.
Yeah, we need to make more money to be able to do that.
Yeah, so this would definitely help with that, because I mean Firewatch Sentinels is like 2 mil an hour, so I could pretty much get enough for 2 bonds in one day of like practically barely playing the game at all.
That'd be so sick. The goal is to someday make so much gold that we could do a bond giveaway every day. How sick would that be?
I mean that's
Every day we stream, maybe.
that's pretty easy, but I don't know if I'd like want to do that.
Like says you, I'm struggling over here.
Well, I mean you're
not trying to make money.
Yeah, and also you're like not the best at making money.
I'm not a good money maker. That's true.
So yeah, hopefully after I get this alt account up and running, then we'll be able to do that. I could easily do 2 bonds every week, but that would require me to do like more Warcath than I really want to.
You're not prepared for that yet.
No, it's not even like I would have to do more Vorkath than I'd want to, but more like I'd have to not do other stuff that I want to do.
Yeah, you want to be able to do the mini game?
Yeah, exactly.
The mini game's so much fun.
That's I guess that's kind of a lot, but that's all that's been going on with me this past week.
45 minutes later, well, I guess that's it.
Yeah, I guess that's it. Also, I've been playing a lot of Idle Champions of the Forgotten Realms. Anyone that likes playing idle games.
Oh yeah, how is that?
Yeah, I don't know. It's an idle game.
Is it better than the Raking Leaf one?
I don't know. It's different because it's like Dungeons and Dragons themed, so that's kind of cool.
Oh, that's so interesting.
Yeah, so you essentially just like it's like any idle game. I'm not going to explain it. Essentially, you just kill enemies idly.
Just idle, doing things.
Not at your computer. So yeah, pretty simple game, but it's pretty fun. But yeah, I think that is actually all that I've been doing.
I also wanted to say that I'm very, very close to getting 88 Runecrafting.
Oh,
which I forgot to say earlier.
What's that 88 Runecrafting?
Nothing. It takes forever to level up, so it's kind of a flex.
Okay.
For no reason, it's gonna be cool.
It's also kind of funny because for like an entire day, I thought that I was 75 Runecrafting. I don't know.
He announced it to the stream and everything. We're all like, "Oh my god, congrats!"
Yeah, I don't know what got in my head to make me think that I was 75 Runecrafting when I'm 73.
Because you deserve to be 75.
And I was only 70 like last week when I had barely even done any Runecrafting. So it's just like so weird. But
you're like, I'm maxed.
Yeah, that was so funny. I even like after like saying that for like a few hours that day, I went into the minigame and brought the huge pouch because I was like, oh, cool, I can use the huge pouch at 75 and I'm 75, so I can use it. And no, it's like you have to be 75 to use this. I'm like, oh, I'm not 75.
Literally, we like went on a walk and stuff, and he was talking. He was like, "Yeah, I'm gonna hit 75 tonight," and we're like, "Wow, cool!"
Yeah.
Announced it to the stream. Everyone was hitting him up with the GZs.
And then I was like, and then I was like, oh, that means I'm pretty close to doing Bloods, and I was like, I'm actually not.
You're still pretty close, just not as close as you thought.
Definitely not that close. But either way, I thought that was funny.
Yeah, that was hilarious, honestly.
Yeah. But I guess we can move on, or we should move on probably to
I guess.
The actual updates for this week, which are
more Runecrafting minigame things.
Yeah, so we have a bunch of updates for the Runecrafting minigames. But first, before we get into that, I thought we'd go over the account services and stuff that.
Yeah.
Because they did have a quick little blurb about this last week that we mentioned, but it was just a few paragraphs on stuff they were planning on committing to that they didn't really seemingly have a lot of like stuff behind it. It was kind of just like them saying stuff they wanted to do, but I guess apparently they were much more serious than at least I anticipated because there's an actual another full blog this week with a lot more detail on account services, which is great because I mean, obviously, account security is a really big issue in this game, or the lack thereof. So
we talk about all the time.
Yeah, so this is actually really, really good news. But going right into it, it's called the 2022 Account Services and Player Security Improvements. And they said that their commitment to leveling up the account security services and player security continues. And we know something many of you passionately want to see improved. We can't stress enough how much we appreciate that RuneScape accounts are more than just a game save. They're the embodiment of your adventures. So
they're our lives.
Yeah, it's kind of funny, but I'm actually going to skip the first 3 paragraphs because essentially it's literally the same exact 3 paragraphs from the last week's blurb.
Oh, that's funny. Okay.
That they kind of just copy and pasted. But essentially it says that they know that this is a big deal and they
want to work on it.
Yeah, they're trying to improve upon it. And so the first thing in their line of upgrades and defenses is going to be the Jagex Launcher. This is something we talked about last week. It does look really cool. They have for anyone that hasn't seen the launcher, it looks like any other launcher. If you've played any Blizzard games or anything like that, if you've played, a lot of games have launchers. Epic Launcher for Fortnite.
And I'm not used to it.
So you can choose between OSRS as well as RS3, I think, and hopefully soon a RuneLite. and you'll be able to choose between all of those. They even say in just a few paragraphs that you'll be able to choose between old school, the old school updated version, which is the new Java client that they're working on, that
Oh,
is available on mobile right now,
that's
but
supposed to
not
be
on
similar to
desktop.
RuneLite.
Yeah,
Okay,
it's supposed to be similar, made with their new Java client, so that's going to be more up to date in 21st century as
nice.
far as code goes. And so they're hoping that you'll be able to choose between which client you want to use, and also you'll be able to connect multiple accounts, so you can either flip through the accounts and select which ones you want to play, or play multiple at the same time. So it's nice that they're still allowing you
Yay!
to have multiple accounts open at the same time, because
Yes.
I think they know anyone that's been playing this game for a number of years has more than one account that
I
they more
used
than likely
to
play at the same
I
time.
used to not understand people had multiple accounts. Now I have several.
Yeah, it's just, I mean, if you're wood cutting for 15 hours a day, it's
You
pretty
want to do some
boring.
other
So you're
stuff,
probably going to
maybe,
want to open another account.
especially with GIM and stuff going on.
Yeah, exactly. But this is the Windows beta launcher. So the Jagex Launcher Windows beta is live, and this is just the tip of the iceberg. So this is live. You can still get the Jagex launcher for Windows right now if you want to. Like I said, it doesn't look like they have the support for RuneLite yet,
Mm-hmm.
which is why I'm not going over to there. And secondly, I kind of want to wait for them to hopefully iron out any potential security flaws that the new client might have.
Yeah,
Like the
we'll let other people see what's up with it
Yeah, I'll
first.
wait until it goes out of beta and they feel more confident in their launcher before actually using it. But this is, I think, a really good step forward.
Yeah, I
Um,
definitely wouldn't want to do it till RuneLite's there too.
yeah,
I'm
exactly.
so used to RuneLite.
So they continue by saying that they encourage everyone to give it a go. The launcher remembers your account credentials, making it faster and easier to play the game. It solves the too many logins issue. So this is actually a really big deal, because obviously if someone gets your account login information as it stands currently, they can just spam log into your account until your account gets locked, and then you pretty much just can't play the game,
Yeah.
which is pretty annoying. But the way this works is you essentially are perpetually logged in
Mm-hmm.
into the launcher, so there's no way that this could possibly happen, or at least none that I can think of.
That's so cool.
Yeah, so it's pretty cool. The beta is just the beginning. Here are the remaining releases for this year. So like we said in the past blog, they did say that they wanted all this stuff to come out this year.
Mm-hmm.
So I mean, we'll try to hold them to that, but hopefully
They
this
want a
does
lot of things coming
actually
out.
work. Like we said, they are trying to incorporate RuneLite into this, and they've already mentioned that, and they are still working with Adam from RuneLite to integrate his client with the launcher. And the first step will be making the launcher compatible with existing RuneLite installs, and offer a download link if the person doesn't yet have RuneLite.
Sick.
So that'll be cool. You can just download it right from there. Also, having multiple RuneScape accounts. So soon you'll be able to add all your RuneScape accounts into the launcher, authenticate them, and then switch between the characters or play them simultaneously with ease.
Yay!
Yeah, so it's pretty
Oh
cool.
my gosh, I'm so excited.
Yeah, so I think that's a really good option to have. And then the commercial release of the launcher. So they're hoping to add Mac OS support for you people out there that play on like iPads and stuff, as well as
iPads
just
aren't real.
Macs in general, along with an improved UI and the full RuneLite integration and installation. Support for the old school enhanced client. So like I was saying just a minute ago, as you well know, Jagex is working on the enhanced C++ client. This is the brand new client that is still on mobile, not yet tested on the actual desktop, but
Mm-hmm.
is hopefully coming soon. Through the launcher, you'll be able to play the OSRS via our Java client, our enhanced client, or via RuneLite as you see fit. So
You're gonna
plenty
have a
of
lot of
options.
options.
Yeah, plenty of options for whatever you might want to do. Moving on to Jagex Accounts. So this is kind of like whenever, if anyone plays Minecraft or played Minecraft back in the day, for the longest time you had Minecraft accounts, but then they eventually got swapped over to Mojang accounts, which were
Really?
more like universal accounts. And this is essentially what they're planning on doing here. So in parallel, they are preparing to release the new Jagex account systems, which is focused on player security and robustness of service. On the initial release, Jagex accounts offer the following benefits: improved password complexity,
Woo!
including the use of special characters and case sensitivity, which is the bare minimum. Thank God this is coming eventually.
Yeah, the bar is on the floor right now for account security.
Stronger multi-factor authentication with backup codes. So that'll hopefully prevent your account getting overridden for whatever reason.
Yep.
Email notifications for new device logins and when account changes are made. Additional verifications on repeat login attempts. So again, just those brute force attacks.
Yeah.
And enhanced bot protection with improved account recovery flow. Because as it stands right now, it's kind of a hassle navigating most of RuneScape's logins and recovery methods.
Sounds like when people want to recover their accounts, they just have to like go on Reddit and complain until someone notices.
Yeah, they just have to go on Reddit and hopefully they get 40,000 upvotes and a mod sees it.
Yeah, you better hope so.
Yeah,
better
pretty
get some
much.
friends on Reddit.
So they do have screenshots if anyone wants to see what this actually looks like. It looks very official. And again, I'm going to keep harkening back on this in particular because I know it the most, but it does look very similar to Blizzard's launcher because it just does. One thing that is unique though is you have many different ways to log in. So you know how like whenever you go to websites, you can log in using Google, Apple, Steam, whatever.
Yeah.
They actually
Facebook
have that
even.
here. Yeah. So you can log in with your RuneScape account, your Jagex account, Facebook, Google, Apple, or Steam. And all of it is connected to the actual portal of the actual launcher. So there's plenty of different ways to log in and connect your accounts. Again, this does look really nice and there is a bunch of account options, but I'm really hoping that none of these introduce new security risks because I mean, I don't know, because whenever they introduced the Steam client, there was a ton of security risks there. So I'm hoping
that was the whole thing, huh?
Yeah, I'm hoping that doesn't happen again. So that's why I'm giving it some time until hopefully everything is ironed out and reliable enough that I would want to make the switch. Because as it stands, the only thing that I really gain from this is like slight account security improvements.
A little bit of quality of life with the multiple logins and stuff.
Yeah, a little bit of quality of life, so I don't have to keep copy and pasting all my passwords and accounts
over and
and stuff
over.
like that. But yeah, I'm not gaining a ton where if I like rush into it and there is a security breach like immediately or something like that, like with
Can
Steam,
you imagine? Oh
then
my
I
God.
would lose, thousands and thousands of hours or whatever.
Oh, scary.
And potentially, I mean, if you are able to link all of your accounts and if somehow they were able to get access to all of your accounts, then that could be, I mean, the ultimate disaster, I guess.
Yeah, I was gonna say devastation. I don't know if that sounds too dramatic.
No, I mean, I guess it would be. I mean,
The
think
amount
about
of time we spend in this game?
yeah, having that many accounts all get compromised at the same time.
That'd be so sad.
Yeah. But for anyone wondering, the Jagex accounts will be released in 3 stages. First, they'll allow the creation of new Jagex accounts. Then they're going to offer a simple migration process to upgrade from a RuneScape account to a Jagex account. And finally, they'll be allowing multiple RuneScape accounts to be merged into a single Jagex account so that all your characters can be accessed with one set of login credentials.
Oh my gosh,
Yeah.
that's so cool.
That also makes it sound like it'll be a lot easier to create more accounts. So hopefully that is also going to make or be a pretty cool feature that they have there. Because
You
as
just
it is,
constantly keep adding on characters.
yeah, as it is now, you're either going to have to use another account or another email rather, or modify your current email in order to use it. But hopefully this will make it so you can just like +1 new account or something like that, or yeah, just make it easier in that way.
Yeah.
At that point, though, there will be a character selection and management screen in game, and creating a new character will require just a single click. Okay, well, my answer was literally the next sentence. There we go.
We got there in the end.
Yeah, but that's pretty cool. So, like I said, if you want to start a new character or whatever, then it'll be way easier this time around. And they do
Exciting.
have a few screenshots of what the account verification and process will look like. The final thing that they are going to be adding is something they mentioned last time, which is live chat support.
Yes. I
Yeah.
love that.
So we both really like live chat support, or at least we both had good experience with it, whether it's like with your bank or with Amazon. Seems like everyone is going with live chat. It's a lot easier to get your problem solved in general. And hopefully,
I like expect live chat at this point if I'm
Yeah.
having issues.
yeah, for any seemingly like more legit company, they have some form of live chat.
Yeah.
And hopefully this helps here as well, because they say additionally, we're also investigating additional service enhancements. We are in the process of upgrading the support center and will explore offering a form of live chat for some support queries to understand the challenges and benefits to players before we determine if this is something we can roll out to some or all players. So it seems like it is limited to a certain array of problems that people are facing, but hopefully
It's a
eventually
start.
all of them.
Yeah,
I think they're just wondering whether it's worth their money
it will
because,
be.
yeah, I mean, hopefully they see that in their numbers or whatever.
Yeah.
But that is about it for account services. What do you think of their account security updates?
I'm excited, but it's kind of like you said, whenever I went brr, 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 and you pointed out that this is the bare minimum. So
Yeah.
I'm excited, but at the same time, it's kind of funny that we had to wait so long to get this.
Yeah, it sucks because it's like really cool, but it's like getting hyped up not for the ice cream man, but for like the like soup kitchen man or something like that. Like I'm hyped that I'm getting like sustenance, but it's like, damn, that's really like something that you should just be getting.
It's like, yeah, it's something that should be expected.
Yeah. It's like I'm just not gonna start today sick.
Yeah.
But
Love that.
yeah, it's
Coolest
like,
thing ever.
I'm hyped about it either way, but it's like, man, I wish I could be getting hyped about other stuff.
Yeah, they should. I mean, I like the single login and stuff like that. I don't know if that's like other games. I don't play other games like that.
Yeah.
But I think that part's really cool at least.
Yeah, it's definitely cool. And to harken back one last time to like
Blizzard.
it does make it really easy because Blizzard's the same exact thing where you can have like 5 or 6 connected accounts.
Oh, really?
And yeah, you can easily swap through them, log in, install games. You can uninstall and install games from the same launcher. I'm guessing this will be the same case, and use multiple accounts. So overall, that flow is really nice, familiar for me, and also just really easy to get used to. So if it's anything like that, then I mean, this is definitely a big step forward either way.
That's pretty funny. Like this single thing that I was like, well, this is different. At least this will be cool. You're like, Blizzard has this. Everyone already has this.
Yeah, I mean,
I thought
Blizzard,
that was unique.
a lot of companies, I mean, Epic Games, which does Fortnite, has this and has had it for a very long time.
Why did
So,
it take Jagex so long?
yeah, I don't know.
They're not poor.
Yeah, I don't know. Maybe just because I think with a lot of their stuff, because it is like old school, and because old school kind of started out as like a meme, like they didn't really take it seriously until, I mean, RS3. I don't know how well RS3 is doing, but I'm just assuming OSRS is more popular based on the numbers I see. But
I literally have no idea.
yeah, I think they like didn't take it seriously until like more recently, which is kind of weird because you'd think that they would take like the constant 100,000 players playing like more seriously. But yeah, I guess that's kind of funny. I mean, I'm glad it's happening, but if only it was sooner.
Kind of late.
Yeah. But moving on to the changes that we actually weren't able to cover last week. It came out just after the podcast, but they had some.
Oh, it did?
Yeah, they had some Guardians of the Rift. This came out on the 25th. Guardians of the Rift feedback changes. So a lot of these we already kind of knew were going to happen, or they actually just did it as a hotfix. Mainly talking about how on Thursday afternoon they increased the participation from 60 to 100 players.
Oh, yeah.
And they also made it so you can join during phase 1, and there's 15% more abyssal pearls.
Funny, I kind of already forgot that these changes even happened. This wasn't like how the game always was.
No, yeah, it definitely wasn't always like that. And so there was also some additional hotfixes that they just simply wanted to go through and make a little blog about. So they definitely did. Like we said, I think even in our last week's episode, there was like some random bugs that they were fixing, and also some bigger bugs such as getting twice as many bloods if you had the Elite Corinne and Kebos achievement diary instead of 10% more bloods. So,
I didn't even notice that, but hey, I'm glad I have the Elite done.
Yeah, I don't know if that was like included in the minigame or if that was just strictly for people that were doing bloods.
Like actually going and physically doing that.
Like, yeah, if like they were just actually doing bloods like the normal way in Corinne. I'm not sure which it was, but people were getting twice as many.
Some people were getting crazy lucky, is all we know.
But yeah, there was a ton of stuff that they went through and fixed, and they have a full write up on all the stuff that they ended up hotfixing on that launch day, which is a lot of stuff. I mean, there's like 12 bullet points here of stuff they fixed on launch day, along with stuff they fixed on Thursday, which was just obviously a day later. A ton of additional stuff. So overall, like 20 things had to be fixed. Kind of a rough rollout, but I mean, it seems like they kind of got there in the end. But one thing that I didn't notice until today is they were planning on introducing a improved UI. So there's a UI in the top left of the
Oh.
Guardians of the Rift, and they are, or we're planning on improving it. And actually, they came out with it today.
Oh,
Yeah,
cool.
so it's pretty cool. There's not a ton in this blog that I wanted to go over. I just simply wanted to mention that it was existing. So if you want to check out all the hotfixes, you can in one nice place. But I want to talk about today's update because the stuff here was actually in today's update. So they
Yay.
actually worked pretty fast and were able to get out this pretty nice improvement. So that's kind of why today's update is called Guardians of the Rift Improvements.
You would have never guessed why.
You never would have guessed. So, Guardians of the Rift improvements, you might remember last week, the one I was just mentioning, they were talking about a number of changes to Guardians of the Rift, increasing the total player cap, phase 1, as well as more pearls, but also the little bit of a UI increase or quality of life change that they were planning on doing that I just mentioned actually
Mhm.
went through today. Along with that,
Yeah.
there is 2 dedicated Guardians of the Rift worlds now,
They,
one for EU or US West and the UK.
how did they take so long to add the dedicated worlds?
I don't
That was
know.
weird. I was looking on the first day and was like, where am I supposed to go? I just want to go to like the Barbarian Assault world.
Yeah, I think maybe they're like playing like
Seeing how popular it was, maybe?
yeah, like they're trying to play it out and see like how if it was like gonna be a flop or something and they didn't need worlds for it, but I don't know
There's no way it was going to be a flop. Come
in
on.
what world a brand new minigame would be just like not. I mean, people still do fishing trawler and that has its own world and that's like probably the most useless fishing game in the game or the
You need the outfit.
worst minigame in the game.
It's unfortunately very useful.
Yeah.
We just
well,
don't want it to be.
I still don't even think the outfit's worth it. But either way.
Dang.
No, I mean we did the math, right? And it only saves you like I think a couple hours from like 50 to 99 or something like that. Like it doesn't save you that much time.
Mm-hmm.
But either way, they did roll out the quality of life change for the UI, so it actually will show when the runes are going to change to the new set of runes. So it actually has a little timer. So if you don't want to do air and mind runes, then just wait the next 7 seconds or however long it says, and then you should be able to do that.
That's cool because before you're just like, well, I don't know how long I'm gonna wait for.
Yeah, so you're just like sitting there and you're like, is this ever going to change? Same thing with portals. So now there is a portal timer next to the direction that the portal is in. So if you are missing it by just 1 second, you know not to waste your time anymore as there's going to be a little bit of a timer so you can keep track of that.
Mm-hmm. I also there was a new RuneLight plugin for it too that did something similar.
There is a RuneLight plugin. I never got to try it out, but what'd you think of it?
It basically just did this. It was pretty nice.
Oh,
It just
okay.
had a lot of timers, and it would like highlight the portals that were open or
Oh.
the altars that were open, which is cool.
Oh, that's really cool.
I might still keep it, but I do like that there'll be new timers on it.
I think I might download it. I haven't tried that one because I needed to update my client, but I think I might try that out just because the highlighting of the altars might be cool, even though I've already memorized all the altars at this point.
I thought I'd memorize them, but then sometimes I find out I clearly have not.
Like you don't know for sure where like the mind altar is and stuff
Yeah,
like
like
that.
those ones, like mind, body, and
The
air.
mind and
I'm
body.
like, where are you? I
Yeah.
try not to go to them at all, but obviously sometimes I gotta.
Yeah, well luckily mind, body, and air are all right next to each other, so it's kind of easy to get once you understand.
Mm-hmm.
But besides that, they actually I think I mentioned this at the top of the podcast, but they have also reduced the amount of abyssal pearls required to purchase the raiments of the eye from the Guardians. So this is actually pretty nice. So before it used to cost around 1,600 of the abyssal pearls in order to buy the full set, and now it looks to be around I think 1,350, so about a 250 decrease in the
pretty
price of it
significant.
overall, which yeah is definitely really significant. It's going to save you some time. 250 or is it 250 pearls? I think it's 250 pearls. That's going to save you around I think you can get like 2.5 pearls per reward.
So like 100 rewards.
So it's going to save you like 100 rewards,
Wow.
which is pretty nice. That's like 30 games worth of rewards.
Mm-hmm.
So that it definitely is nice to see. I mean, it doesn't matter to me either way. It's still a long time, but it's definitely just a little bit less long, I guess.
Some people are not happy about it though.
Yeah.
That's everything in RuneScape though.
Yeah, anyone that's been like shouting easy escape, now they have a little more fuel for their fire.
I'm happy about it personally.
Yeah. But also, like I said, if you've already purchased some of the pieces for the outfit, then you will actually be getting a refund for the difference. So that's actually a really nice thing. It'll be sent to your bank. If it can't go to your bank for whatever reason, then it'll be sent to your inventory. And if that's full, then it'll drop to the ground and you'll get a chat message and it'll display actually where it got refunded to.
So you don't have to be running around and be like, where are they?
Yeah, so if you are just hearing this and you didn't log in today or tomorrow, maybe you're logging in on Friday,
Pay attention to your chat.
Yeah, check your chat so that you know where all your refunded stuff got sent to.
I would hate to be one of the people that are like, it was dropped.
Yeah. This next thing is actually really cool and something I wish they had already had. This is something I thought on day one. So it says that they've added a visual display to the barrier in the lobby that indicates when you're able to enter the minigame.
Thank God.
Yeah, so that's really cool.
That's crazy that was not a thing before.
I know, right?
You just have to keep clicking on it, especially if you have Entity Hider on. You're like, I don't even know if people are in there running around or what's happening.
Yeah, exactly. Plus, it takes forever for the minigame to open once the game's over.
Yeah, that part's kind of weird too.
It says the eye design barrier or the eye design on the barrier will be open when the players can enter and close when the room is at capacity or after phase 1 of the minigame.
I like that. That's cool.
Yeah. Speaking of visual changes, we're aware that the light effects when entering and exiting altars can be blinding, is what they should have wrote. When you next enter the minigame, you'll be prompted with a message asking whether you'd like to turn these features off, which I definitely think, I mean, it's cool on the first run through, but there's no reason that your screen needs to explode every time you go into an altar.
It's cool unless you, like me, use a green screen while streaming and you go to the Nature and Earth altar and your entire face turns green.
Yeah.
It's like you actually can't see me.
Also, yeah, it's just really bright for like no reason. I don't really feel like it adds anything to to your experience.
Some
overall.
of the colors are cool. It's just because they don't know what to put as the transition screen, I guess. They're like, let's just put a bright color that corresponds.
Yeah, I guess so. Lastly, they say that they are aware that lit abyssal lanterns were previously being destroyed on death.
Can you imagine?
So this is
devastating.
Yeah, this is a bug that a lot of people encountered on the first couple of days the game was out. And they would just lose the abyssal lantern and it was just gone. Just no chance.
Disappeared forever.
So they implemented a fix to ensure that now it'll follow standard untradeable item behavior. Abyssal lanterns will no longer be lost on death unless you have lost it above level 20 wilderness. If you've already lost your lantern, don't panic. They've done some digging and are able to restore lost abyssal lanterns to the bank.
Good.
Yeah.
I was wondering about people who already lost them, if they'd get them back or not.
Yeah, so they're able to get them back. Pretty lucky, honestly. Also, they have some more changes for the minigame, though. So, items in the Rift minigame will now be can now be dropped and destroyed instantly instead of requiring a destroy option, which is always nice.
Yeah, sometimes you get portals for the portal teleports for ones that you don't really want to go back to. You
The
can toggle,
talismans,
you could toggle them on and off, but if you're in the middle of a game, you don't really want to be running and having to worry about doing that.
Yeah, exactly. So like that, or if you have a weak battery that you don't feel like using for whatever reason, that'll also get destroyed.
I like that change.
Yeah, it's definitely a good one. Players may now uncharge the Ring of Elements by right-clicking it. A quick pass option has been added to the barrier in the lobby, which is always really nice. This is a really nice one and something that I had a really big gripe about whenever the game first came out. It's actually one of the reasons I kind of quit playing it for a little bit because it was just pissing me off.
That first day, you gotta stop playing.
When two players are trying to create a Rift Guardian with different tier batteries at the same time, the higher tier battery will be prioritized.
Yes.
So there's been so many times where I'll go to make a Rift Guardian
an overcharged
with an
one.
overcharged battery, and someone with a weak battery wins out. I'm like, one, why are you making weak Guardians? And two, why am I losing to them?
They're more important. Yeah.
So thank goodness that's been changed, and really glad to see that one.
That one's huge. I bet that's going to be a lot faster now to do the minigame.
Yeah, potentially. I still think they should change it so that if you use a Rift Guardian battery on, if you try to make a Rift Guardian with a battery stronger than one of the Guardian that's already existed, then that Guardian should like die and the new one would take
He
its
should
place.
be like, I'm gonna go hang out. You go in.
Yeah.
You got this, bro.
Like whenever you go to build an overpowered one, it should just immediately crumble one of the weak ones, and then like the new overpowered one goes and takes its place.
That'd be cool.
I don't know. I just feel like that makes more sense.
I just want them all to be overcharged.
Also, I still think the fact that you don't get experience whenever you like charge an already fully charged barrier.
You get experience, but you don't get points, right?
You get points, you don't get experience.
Oh, okay.
Yeah, I feel like that's kind of lame.
It is pretty lame.
Because also it's pretty hard to like identify the barriers and like what health they're at.
Sometimes the barrier's health bars are down, and then I'm like, oh, they must be full, and I find out later they're only like halfway. I'm like,
Yeah,
how was I
they have to
know
like
that?
currently be getting attacked, or you have to inspect them.
Yeah, which who has time? You're trying to hurry and get everything done.
Yeah, it's definitely pretty lame, and they even talk about this later on, and we're gonna go over.
Oh, they do?
Yeah,
cool.
They also fixed a few other random things that is just like random text and like the climb down options and stuff like that. But the count of Rift Guardians at the start of the game has been corrected. Previously, if a player made a Guardian at the end of a previous game, the next minigame would spawn with the Rift Guardian and increment the counter by 1 after the counter had been reset, meaning the next game would start with an incorrect number of Guardians.
So they would have a Guardian already?
Yeah.
That's funny.
So, yeah, they fixed that. There's also still some bugs in the actual game that I would like to see them fix, but hopefully that'll happen soon.
Yeah, I'm sure. Sounds like they're still working a lot on it.
Yeah, definitely.
So they also went over some more feedback changes. We'd also like to mention a bug we've discovered on the Remnants of the Eye. Its bonus is intended to increase the number of runes crafted, but it's also giving additional Guardian Stones when crafting combination runes, allowing for higher XP rates and reward points during Guardians of the Rift. We kind of like the concept because it means the greater effort equals greater reward, but we feel like such mechanics should be tied to the minigame itself rather than the outfit you're wearing while playing it. So I didn't even realize until reading this that you could make combination runes. So you just use the talismans, I'm guessing?
Yeah, I guess so.
Yeah. I thought that was so weird. I read it earlier today and I was like, wait, what?
Yeah. Yeah, I don't know. I mean, I wonder if
I
it's
haven't tried.
I wonder if it's worth the experience.
I mean, it would have to be like a big boost in the rewards, really.
Yeah, I don't know. Because, I'm not really there for the experience, really. Like,
I'm not either. Like, I'll take it.
I'm mainly there for the rewards. Like, if I'm being, like, super honest, I'm probably going to get, like, I'm probably going to go for the outfit and then just do bloods.
Really?
Yeah, I mean, probably.
I want the outfit just to stay at the mini game, and that'll be a good source of runes because the outfit will boost the amount of runes that you get significantly.
Yeah, it's cool. I really like the minigame, but at the end of the day, I just don't need air, mind, body. I mean,
and it's more AFKable if you're doing like bloods.
Yeah, exactly. So if I'm getting 60% more bloods, I'm down with that, but or 60% more deaths, something like that. But I just don't really. I will never need fire runes or something like that.
Yeah.
Like I'd rather just go do 10 seconds of Vorkath and make enough money to buy thousands of fire runes.
For irons, though.
Yeah, I guess so.
We're leaving the bug alone for now, but we are working on a better implementation already. Our proposal is to make crafting combination runes more rewarding for a little bit more effort. Perhaps they could provide different Guardian Stones which offer more elemental points without making the minigame faster. More on this soon.
Yeah.
Expect even more changes in the coming weeks, including a way to trade in your duplicate Abyssal Lanterns for Abyssal Pearls. I didn't think how weird it is that they didn't have anything for that.
Yeah, you're just like, all right, I have 7 lanterns.
Last night on stream, shout out Gluten Girl who stopped by. She got 2 lanterns in like one go whenever she was just like getting the loot. And she's like, I guess I could just high elk it for 60 coins because I don't know what to do with it. And I was like, I'd just keep it.
Yeah, I'd honestly just
what would
keep
you do
it
though?
For the time being. I mean, 60 coins is like, that's like 5 goblins or
How
something.
else you gonna make that?
Yeah, true.
Our game jam is next week, more on this below, which will delay some of our planned improvements to Guardians of the Rift. So that means that next week there will be no updates, correct?
Yeah, they go over that in a little bit.
We like to provide a quick overview of some of the outstanding issues that we're reviewing, which we can potentially address in weeks following the game jam. Incentivizing players to be making Rift Guardians and Shield Barriers at the start of the game. Players have told us that playing defensively doesn't currently feel rewarding enough. That's actually the method that I was told to get more points. You don't play defensively.
Yeah.
Which like risk the chance of wiping and everyone just losing the game.
Yeah, I think this is really easily combated. Like really easy.
Give more points.
No, because if they made it so that you got like a significant amount of experience or points from using batteries on barriers or whatever, then I think you could easily end up abusing that to some extent.
Yeah.
So what they could do is at the beginning of the rift, let's say like within the first 30 seconds or something like that, like making, or maybe not even the first 30 seconds, we could just say the first barrier you make or the first guardian you make, you'll get like a significant amount of experience or something like that.
Maybe it'll be a set amount, because otherwise people could still be like, I'll wait till I've been overcharged and then get a bonus.
No, that's what I mean. It'll be the same bonus either way.
Yes. Okay.
So I was saying like maybe on the first barrier you do within the first like maybe the first barrier you do within the first so many seconds of the game, you'll get like, I don't know, like 2,000 experience or something, like a lot.
Yeah, that'd be cool.
Because then you'll be like, oh, there's no shot I'm not going to do this for a free 2,000 experience.
And make it a small window, so potentially like you won't have time if you're a little late.
Yeah, so we'll just say the first 30 seconds, because if you're not mining after the first 30 seconds, then you're not really playing the game.
Yeah.
Or you're doing some like weird strat. And then, I mean, I don't know how solos do it or anything like that.
I like that idea.
Yeah, because then, and then if you do it so only the first time, then obviously you can't spam it for like weird XP rates or something like that.
Yeah, because as is now, I think a lot of people are like low-key playing selfishly, which could just lead to all of us losing the game.
Yeah, exactly. Because as it stands now, the only incentive is that you don't wipe.
Yeah.
Which people either just don't care or don't get.
Or don't know at all, because before dating told us that we didn't even know to do that.
Yeah. Well, I mean, after a while, there's only one way you don't wipe is if you have barriers up. So
I didn't even know that it could
you kind
wipe.
of get it soon. After the first few times you wipe, it's funny because after you wipe for the like first time in a while, all the barriers are up the next time at like max health, and you're like, oh yeah, no duh.
After you pass like the first one, you're basically good for the rest of the game.
Yeah,
it's just that first round is a little intense.
Yeah, if you're able to get through the first round, it's pretty easy. But...
yeah. They definitely add more point rewards for it, because as is now, I think you get like 4 points for making a guardian, 4 points for doing the shield, and it's like no one's gonna do that. They'd rather just mine. Yeah,
like maybe give on like that first bonus, like maybe give like 25 points in each category.
Yeah.
And yeah, like I don't know, like 1,000 or 2,000 experience or something like that.
A big boost.
Yeah.
People still wouldn't do it.
No, some people still wouldn't do it for sure, but it would make it so
helpful.
that the average player would be like, yeah, I'm definitely doing this because it's worth like 4 trips to whatever altar.
Next up, they are reviewing the display of shield barrier health bars as they might be too large. They're also reviewing the inspect option on the shield barriers, which some players have told them can be frustrating to use. I've literally never even used it because I feel like too rushed.
Yeah.
We're monitoring the difficulty in the minigame in group sizes smaller than 10 players. We're also to review solo gameplay and determine how difficult we want this to be. I can't even imagine doing it solo. It seems like it'd be so annoying.
I feel like it just wouldn't be worth it because the max amount you can get is 1,200
Oh
points
yeah, you
on
can
each
only
category.
have a max.
I think it's 1,200 on each category.
So 12 points on each side. Only 12 rewards for a solo game.
Yeah.
I feel like it should be more.
Exactly. So
because it probably takes like a really long time.
Probably.
The minigame takes a long time even with 100 people in it.
It does. I don't think it scales like that though. It doesn't scale linearly or anything like that.
Okay. Making the HUD visible in the lobby to allow players to see the Great Guardian's power without constantly inspecting the barrier. I like that one too.
Yeah.
I do that so much.
Yeah, honestly, dude.
I'm like, do I have time to water? Inspect. Okay, move on.
I'm just sitting there. I'm like, right click, peek, right click, peek.
Peek.
Right, peek.
What's
peek,
happening?
Peek. It's like 86, 89.
Extending the winning phase to allow players to use any Guardian stones they received without missing out on points. Oh. Okay, that's nice. So that's like after the game ends, whenever you still have your little stones and the game's ended, so you can't get rewards for them. I'm assuming that's what that means.
Yeah, I wasn't sure how to read this. Extending the winning phase to allow players to use any Guardian stones they receive. So I think this is just so that you can, like, if you have a full inventory and pouches of essence, then you could go to like whatever altar that you have access to and like get the experience for turning those in and getting the runes.
You already get that after it's ended. Or at least I've been able to. If I'm already in the altar, I just do that. But the thing
Yeah.
is, you get the little fragment things that you usually turn to the guardian, and you can't give it to him, and you can't get more rewards.
Oh.
Yeah, so I'm assuming it's gonna be that, because as is now, like, they won't even let you inside if you're outside, because they're like, they're still finishing up.
Yeah, that'd be nice just
Yeah.
because like really often, like really really often, whenever I get to like whenever the guardian gets to 90%
Mm-hmm.
and that final portal comes up,
The worst timed portal.
yeah, there's like almost every time you'll get the essence and maybe get to the altar and then that's it.
Yeah,
And it ends.
you won't get rewards for giving it to
No,
him.
no.
It's really frustrating. So I
Yeah.
hope that that's what they mean, because I feel like that happens to me almost every single game.
Yeah, that'd be nice.
And finally, they're gonna add Guardians of the Rift to the high scores.
Oh yeah.
I've been checking that every day, waiting for it to get added. I thought it'd just be a random thing.
Yeah,
But
I mean, they'll definitely do it, but there's
I'm
probably
excited for
someone
that.
already with. It would be nice to see just because I think Temperos had it already when it came out, and you could see that someone already had like
The pet at
1,000.
5.
They had like 1,000 games in like the first like week or something like that. Like it was crazy.
Yeah, I'm excited for that to see what people are getting, because I want it. Every time I see some of the pet, I like looking them up and being like, "When did you get it?"
Yeah.
So, as far as other changes, they've been closely following how players have been engaging with Next since her initial release. As many of you know, we increased the drop rate for uniques in anticipation of much faster kill times than we had balanced around in testing. Now that the dust has settled and metas have been established, we like to revert her unique drops back to the original rate of 1 out of 43 instead of the current 1 out of 53 to better reflect the kills per hour we had intended during our internal testing. So basically, people aren't getting the rewards fast enough.
Yeah. I mean, Torva is still half a bill for each of the pieces,
Mm-hmm.
so it's I mean still just really really rare. So
They go on to say, in retrospect, Nex has created an unreasonably long grind for the items that exist within her drop table for many players. Whilst the ideal solution would have been to have fewer uniques, we can't go back and remove them now. So to compensate, we hope that the adjusted drop rates are a welcome change. And this change was added in this week's game update. There are a couple other tiny updates. Ensouled heads can now drop in instance areas, extended loot keys despawn time to 2 minutes for consistency with other drops, corrected a visual issue with the stale baguette's positioning when held by male characters. Ooh la la, they write. Next up, they talk about the game jam. So, as you know, our ideation process allows us JMods to focus on new and exciting ideas outside the remit of our usual work. In the past, it's led to awesome content like Leagues, the Hallowed Sepulchre.
Sepulcher. It's
Sepulcher.
just replace the CH with a K.
Sepulcher. Guardians of the Rift, and the upcoming Tombs of a Masket raid. We've had problems finding time for everyone to participate in ideation, and that's an issue we hope to fix with the new game jam process. Now the whole team has a full week to get together and ideate, test, or even prototype an idea. The process has already begun, and we've got some great projects in the work. However, this means that there will be no game update between April 4th and April 8th to allow the team to focus on the game jam. But don't worry, we'll be looking to share some of the ideas in a special live stream the following week. And if you manage to miss that, we'll also be talking about ideas in the April Gilnor Gazette. Do stay tuned for a few surprises, though. ...
Weirdly ominous.
I know. I'm
But yeah,
like, are
this
you going to
is-
kill us?
This is something they've talked about before, the ideation
we
week.
talked about it at the beginning of the year, I believe.
Yeah, so this is something they talked about a long time ago where they're saying that they have this idea of doing this once a quarter, because previously they were taking 2 days every other month or something like that in order to do the ideation. But 2 days isn't enough to get all of their ideas out on the table and flesh them out enough to have a good amount of them. So this is their next step in the process to hopefully change that. And so they're going to be taking this entire week not off. They're just going to be doing stuff not related to the main
creative,
game.
working on some new ideas.
Yeah, so hopefully they'll come out with new mini games, or at least the ideas for new mini games or bosses or just like random stuff like that.
Yeah, that'd be cool. I
Yeah.
hope that they find some nice things. This mini game I love, so hey.
Yeah, hopefully that ends up working out for them, and this is going to be a good process for them.
Yes. And speaking of good things, there's a new merch update, which is all about the Steamforged games. So get ready to master skills, meet your favorite NPCs, and explore the world of Gilnor as we bring RuneScape to the tabletop for the first time ever.
Yeah.
We're working with Steamforged Games to bring you a board game and table RPG inspired by the rich fantasy world of RuneScape. Both games will draw on adventures, characters, and locations from our shared 21-year history. In the RuneScape board game, you'll join a party of 1 to 5 players based on a quest-based campaigns through Gilnor, craft and upgrade equipment, cook special recipes, and test your skills. Adventure and many and enticing side quest awaits. Steamforge will launch the RuneScape board game on Kickstarter this year. Sign up and be among the first to hear news about the campaign, and you could find the page over on their blog. The lead up to the campaign will be packed full of behind the scenes content. You'll get a tour of the game, interviews with developers, and even a sneak peek or two. Miniatures, anyone?
Jesus Christ. You said miniatures?
Miniatures?
I thought you were going to say minotaurs.
Minotaurs.
But yeah, there's no indication of how much it's going to be. Even if you go to the Kickstarter, it's just to notify whenever the Kickstarter actually launches.
$1,700.
Yeah, we're not sure what the price is, but I mean, I'm sure it's going to be fairly expensive, especially if there's miniatures involved. If anyone has played, Warhammer 40K or anything involving miniatures, they are expensive. So
that's unfortunate.
Yeah, hopefully, if you like the game, then it won't just be a cost that you're normally used to.
I want to play it, so I hope it's not too much.
Yeah, hopefully not, but it probably will be. Either way, that I think is going to be it for this week's update.
Yep, that's it.
Yeah, so
quite a lot though.
Yeah, so overall, I think that is pretty promising. The changes were cool. I'm glad they are seeing the feedback that they're seeing, because this is pretty much most of the problems I've had with the game so far.
Yeah, the only other thing that I hope that they could change, that it's not like I've messaged them or anything, so I don't know if it's been brought to their attention, is that if you could left click to deposit runes in the middle of the minigame rather than having to right click it, just saves a little bit more time.
Yeah, hopefully that's
not very significant.
Something that you can maybe menu entry swapper will add that at some point, hopefully.
Yeah, but I can't really complain about it because it's not like I've said anything to anyone on Twitter.
Yeah.
Just kind of complain to myself.
I feel like they wouldn't add that just because it's such a niche thing. So, yeah, I don't know.
I'm just what else do you need to deposit in the middle of the game, though?
Yeah. I do wonder if they, even while doing the game jam, have their weekly stream.
They said they will have the live stream the day after the game jam ends to tell us about stuff. So I'm guessing that's the same thing.
Yeah, maybe. Either way, though, for anyone wondering where the mods are going to be for the next week, which is 4th, which is a Monday, to the 8th, which is a Friday, they're not going to be pretty much available.
They're going to be gone.
Yeah, they're going to be just working on stuff like that. So that's pretty cool. Merch looks cool. Hopefully it isn't too expensive. But yeah, that's about it. We can end with a question from Matt. Shout out, Matt.
Shout out. So, question for this week. This is a theoretical situation. As a punishment for violating OSRS rules, Jagex imposes a limitation of 3 combat skills and 3 non-combat skills to your account and any other presently active or future accounts. They do, however, permit you to choose which these are. Which do you choose? Note 1, for quest purposes, you are exempted from other skill requirements by matching the XP in the skills to the skills that you have access to. Note 2 is hit points are already considered separate from the limitation, so you will technically have 7 skills total. He first said that he's laughing at himself for how complex his questions are getting, which I thought was hilarious.
No, this is very. I have to read it multiple times.
But as for his answer, he's going to choose magic, defense, and ranged for the combat, and then farming, construction, and hunter for the skilling. He said, I've always preferred to be a mage in RuneScape in any game I play, and I wanted to have high defense to be a quasi, however you say that word, tank player for bossing and clanning. Then attack strength alone made little sense, so I went with range. I love farming and hunter from a relaxation standpoint. My construction has always been my favorite skill.
All right, so let me read this one more time just to make sure.
Basically, choose 3 combat and 3 skilling to be your only skills that you could have. And it doesn't matter for quest.
Oh, hey. As a punishment, imposes a limitation of 3 combat skills and 3 non-combat skills.
Can I be the most annoying person and be well, I don't have to answer because I wouldn't violate the rules?
No, you can't do that. So essentially the question is, which 3 combat skills and which 3 non-combat skills would you rather have out of any of the stuff on your account?
Yeah.
Or any future accounts?
Oh. Okay, I think for combat, I would actually choose strength, attack, and defense. I think melee is more fun.
It does say that for quest purposes, you are exempted from other skill requirements.
Yeah.
So that's kind of cool.
So you don't have to think about like, oh, this would affect blah, blah, blah.
And hit points are separate.
Actually, I'd want prayer to be one. Maybe attack, strength, and prayer. Because I'm not as worried about defense if I could just use overheads.
Attack, strength, and prayer.
Yeah, that's mine. I like doing melee the most.
This is hard to answer by not including ranged, just because
Well, I didn't include
ranged
range.
is all encompassing.
Range is your favorite, right?
Well, I mean, just like from a theoretical standpoint, because ranged gives you the armor you need, and it has very high accuracy. So unlike melee, you don't need attack and strength.
Mm-hmm.
And with ranged alone, you can wear the best gear in the game for ranged.
You know, I'm actually kind of conflicted now because I didn't think about how magic is more than just combat.
Okay. Well, either way, mine's going to be prayer, ranged, and magic.
Shoot, I think I'm going to change mine also be those. Only,
Wow, so you're copying
only
me?
because I
Imagine.
want teleport spells.
Imagine.
But I'd rather have prayer than defense.
Well, you
for
can still
sure.
use tabs.
Oh, okay. Then maybe I'll stick with melee.
Yeah.
I'll do attack, strength, and prayer then.
Attack, strength, and prayer?
Uh-huh.
Okay.
I like praying. Not praying. I like melee more than other ones.
All right, and what's your 3 non-combat that you would choose?
First, I was going to say farming because I actually enjoy farming. I wouldn't have 36 million if I hated it. But at the same time, I love mini games. So I was kind of wondering if I should base it on like mini games that I could play. In which case,
I mean, you could still, maybe you could still do the mini game, but not get any XP for it.
would
so
I,
it's
like
just
if I
be-
did runecrafting, would I still get runes?
I feel like you'd get the rewards for it, but you
Okay.
wouldn't. Like, no, you wouldn't get the runes from the mini game because you can't technically craft them,
Mm-hmm.
but you get the rewards from it still.
Which I would need if I'm not runecrafting.
Yeah.
I don't know. I need a second to think. Do you know what you'd choose?
Yeah, I think I have a pretty good idea of which ones I'd choose. I would choose construction for sure, because I think the house is probably one of the best improvements to an account you can make.
I wouldn't really need magic if I had the jewelry box.
For
teleports, I mean.
Yeah, for teleports, I guess. I mean, you'd probably still want it, but yeah. So I would definitely do construction. Maybe herb lore, just so I could do. Yeah, I don't know. Maybe herb lore, because
You
I.
can still buy potions.
Yeah, you could still buy
I'm
potions.
thinking like what skills would be the most fun.
Oh, I don't know.
I mean, the house I think would be a necessity. I think construction would have to be one, even though it's not fun.
I don't
You
know.
kind of need it.
I mean, yeah, I would definitely say construction. I don't know. For the other stuff, I don't really. I mean, I really couldn't care less. I mean, I would honestly be fine with just construction.
I'd probably do construction, farming, and hunter.
Okay,
Wait.
which is the same exact ones they chose.
No, dang it. Okay, I didn't mean to do that. Let me give my reasons.
Okay.
Because farming runs are just fun, and
Oh.
and I'd eventually get Tangleroot, which is my destiny.
Sure.
And I was thinking Hunter would be nice because there's so much variety in Hunter and like different things that you could do, more
Okay.
so than like other skills. You know,
Yeah.
like thieving. You're just thieving everywhere.
Okay.
I don't know. Certainly wouldn't choose agility.
Yeah, I don't know. I would maybe choose agility because like
Whoa.
running around and like gathering stamina is pretty important for
Mhm.
some things, like bosses and stuff like that.
Yeah,
So maybe that. Also for shortcuts, it's also pretty good.
the shortcuts are actually huge.
So I guess, yeah, like I said, I couldn't care less besides construction, but construction, agility, maybe crafting, I'm not sure. But yeah, I guess that's kind of it.
Your answers are so like more what's necessary for your account.
Yeah, just because I mean, like I don't know, I don't really care about the other stuff.
I'm still main account, just like all the stuff in the house is for convenience sake.
Yeah.
Everything else is just fun. So I don't even do Hunter that much, but I love doing like birdhouse and seaweed runs.
Yeah, I'm only really tempted to say hunter just because of the chinchompa, the baby chinchompa.
Oh yeah, that'd be cute.
Yeah,
That's a good enough reason, I think.
yeah, I really like that pet.
It's a cute.
But I mean, maybe I don't know. Thieving is pretty useful, so I don't know. Maybe thieving because you can also get Rocky, which is pretty useful.
You get the little red panda.
Yeah, red
You're
panda.
like, he's a really useful baby pet.
Yeah. No, just I mean, like thieving in general is pretty useful. Like if you want to get a bunch of what are they called? Clue scrolls, something like that. Those are pretty useful. But I mean,
Yeah.
hunter is also pretty useful for that as well.
Mm-hmm.
So I don't know. Probably thieving, I guess.
Okay.
Yeah, construction, thieving, and agility.
Not bad.
Good pets too.
They are good pets.
Yeah.
I won't blame you for that. Well, Hunter has multiple pets.
Hunter does have multiple
Herbivore
pets.
and Chinchampa.
True, but yeah, I don't know. I'd probably just choose the other ones. I feel like they're more useful.
Yeah. Okay. Respect. Yeah, mine is more based on fun, but I would like to do a shout out to Jagex for not enforcing this, and please God, never enforcing this rule.
I mean, why? They might as well just ban the accounts at that point.
Just to torment you a little extra.
Yeah, like I think it'd be funnier if this ever did happen, if they just like shadow banned your account by making it so all of your skills are 3. Like even your health.
That'd be the new pures.
Yeah.
3 hit points.
Yeah, 3 hit points. Just like low-key shadow banning your
Actually
accounts
brutal.
forever.
All right. Well, what are you going to be working on this week?
This week I'm going to be playing a lot of the mini game. Just working on a
Same.
video in order to kind of show how much loot you're getting from the mini game.
So you did reveal.
Not entirely, because that's not the whole idea.
Okay.
But yeah, it's going to be along those lines. So I was going to see if it's worth your money going there, what to expect, stuff like that.
Mm-hmm.
And besides that, I'm probably just going to be playing more on my alt as well. So I think that'll be cool. And then maybe, just maybe, might work on my GAM. I'm not sure.
Ooh, would you get a bond or would you just do free to play stuff?
I'm not totally sure. I did log on to it the other day. I totally forgot that I'm almost 1,300 total on that account. I kind of went like hard.
You did go hard, huh?
Yeah. I mean, I was like pretty much the only one playing it besides Alfresco a little bit.
I was questing a lot and then I just left.
Yeah, I mean, I think you're like not even 1,000 total level barely.
I kept saying I'd get 1,000 and then I'd be like, I end up just questing or I went to my main.
Yeah, you're like 950 or something.
I'm close.
Yeah, not even. But yeah, so I think I'll just be working on all 3 of my accounts potentially.
Playing any other games too?
Yeah, I'll definitely hop on here and there, but I don't know, not really playing any of them a lot.
Yeah.
But I've realized I had a lot to catch up on in Warframe, so I've kind of been playing that here and there. I'm not entirely sure though.
Okay.
And I'll always just shoot around on Battlefield whenever I get bored.
The huge.
Yeah, what about you?
I'm gonna be also just staying in the mini game. I really want to get the outfit, the needle, and the lantern. Those are like my goals.
Yeah,
Hopefully
imagine not having the needle. That's crazy.
You can't even use the needle. Why do you need it? Give it to me.
Because I needle it.
That was okay.
Yeah.
But yeah, gonna do that. Maybe if I happen to finish and get tired of the minigame, I'll go and do some Slayer and just keep working towards getting to Skatizo to get the Skatizo helm. And also, I did want to do another shout out to Annan, who got the Amnesia series, the trilogy. It's a bunch of scary games, and gave it to me because they already had it. Yeah,
that was really cool.
So shout out. I'm going to try those soon. I've been very into the minigame though, so I kind of don't want to start a new game yet.
Yeah.
But I'm excited.
I'm just play those whenever you get bored.
Robert said that they're very scary.
They are much scarier than any game she's played in the past.
And Phasmophobia, whenever I used to play alone, I'd be too scared to leave the van. So I'm a little nervous.
Yeah, these ones are significantly scarier.
So it'd be like a during the day type game.
Yeah, probably.
Probably not even a stream game.
No, you'll have to play it on stream.
Really?
Someone from the stream donated it to you.
Yeah, true.
You're like, all right, I'm going to go play this by myself.
Goodbye. I'll do that sometime. I'm not sure exactly when, though, because I'm still really into the Guardian of the Rift grind currently.
Yeah.
But yeah, shout out to Annan for that. Thank you so much, because it was on my little Steam wish list, but wasn't planning on getting it anytime soon.
Yeah.
I have a couple more games. I've never really played scary games. Phasmophobia is the first one.
That's not a scary game.
You've never played it?
It's not a scary game.
He'd be scared.
No,
anyway, I want to play Phasmo now, so.
So that's going to be about it from us. Hopefully you all enjoyed this episode. If you do want to catch us live, you can check us out over on twitch.tv/Bunebape, where Michelle streams mainly. I stream sometimes.
5 days a week.
5 days a week. We do take off Thursdays and Saturdays, so make sure to come around, see us, ask us any questions. And speaking of questions, you can ask us anywhere on any of our social medias, Instagram, Twitter,
YouTube if you're not listening to us on
YouTube. Where you can find us on all those places where our name is going to be Bunebape pretty much everywhere except for Twitter, where it's Bunebapeosrs.
Yep.
And feel free to join our Discord. We have a community of like-minded individuals and gamers over there. So feel free to come check
hang
us out.
We do weekly bond giveaways on Discord.
We do weekly bond giveaways, and if you are looking to, get any other people to play with you, then that's a good place to check.
If you need to go do some like in-game content that you can't find anyone, it'd
Yeah,
be a good place
we
to
have
find people.
noobs and raiders alike.
I know, we have variety of people.
Yeah. So that's going to be about it for us. Hopefully you all enjoyed it.
Yeah, thank you so much.
And we'll see y'all
Very soon.
Bye-bye.
Bye.
Neat,